Okay, hello, I'm Paul Duggan and I'm a student at Athlone Institute of Technology, and I was tasked with developing a Wordpress site. So, uh, so in this video I will briefly discuss the design and development process throughout my whole site. So I'll just show you briefly my documentation I did throughout it. My target market. I feel my site will be aimed towards the 18 to higher age group, but see, in order to get kids interested in growing, you have to do so much stuff, as in how to grow eggplants, how to grow tomatoes, and living a healthy lifestyle is so important in this day and age. So, firstly, in order for me to get a good feel of my site and how it would look and feel, I just had a brief look through Google on various sites such as your B&Q site and your Woodies. These two sites in particular, they're good, but they had a lot of negative. There's one site that stood out for me, and that's Bridget's Garden. So bridgetsgarden.ie. I'll just show you briefly here. So as you can see here, like there's the social integration on it. It's just it's very easy to see. There's nothing really negative about it, and the way the navigation bar is tabbed out, and you can you know how to do it. But see how I center the navigation, how you edit the navigation, and so on, can be done through the use. So okay, 1 second, bear with me, where's that gone? So bear with me 1 second. So social integration, as we all know, social integration is important. So that's key to whoever's on your site. So if they can click on that and go to a new tab automatically, so it's going to be better than, So secondly, firstly, so that's my target market. So who is saying that? So more or less the 18 to higher age group. The type of products I'd be selling would be more or less your hand tools, your garden seeds, your flowers, your vegetables, your composts, more or less the basic gardening needs. The payment methods I can use, PayPal would be my main one, and then obviously your banks, your major banks, but then obviously in the future, Apple Pay. So Apple Pay is going to be, in Ireland there's only two places you can use Apple Pay. That is Subway and that is Starbucks coffee. See, in America there's dozens. So so these are the sites I used to see how my site was going to look. So Woody's B&Q, as you can see, there's a few negative in Woody's and B&Q, but on garden.ie, bridgetsgarden.ie, nothing. So it's a good use of social integration, user-friendly navigation, nice layout, good colours, nice menu layout, the fade out and the screen in each navigation tab. So outline steps. I used So I used GoDaddy to choose the domain name that's suitable. That domain name was suitable. So cost associated. So .com. I found out .eu was the cheapest out of all of them, $3.99 a month. But .com would be more or less the best one to have. But although .global would be very good to have too. And then secondly, I drew up several wireframes on each of my web pages to try and get a good layout. It's simply done through mock-ups. So this was my first site intentionally. I had to create two sites because two instant WPs, because my first one I changed CSS and I changed the function.php file, and it didn't work out in the end, and I had to start the whole thing again, start the whole shop, so it's more or less, my site is more or less the same as this, but see, as you can see, the sidebars here, they would be on the left now, because I think it makes it more eye-peeling, if you know what I mean. And then So about event page, I added, see there's a few pages here as well. I added in events, I added in a good few pages. A good few pages. So contact us page, yeah, this is my wireless. I mean, this is my responsive. I mean, this is my iPhone site. So my website is responsive. It did turn out responsive in the end. So, and this is my iPad responsive. So as in the next video, I'll discuss I'll give you a brief overview of the plugin and the website. So yeah, so this is the mock-up system that I more or less used. So yeah, so the plugin I had on my first site was it was just, anyway, you see the word events, it would display a calendar. It would bring up a calendar more or less. I'll show you briefly on this events. See, I'll show this thing, this search tab. If you type in events, this is somewhat like my plugin. So anyway, you see the word events, on my site, a calendar would pop up. So just, you know, so just click on that. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, you see the word events, a calendar will pop up. So my site would more or less do that, but you saw. I'll show you briefly as well in more in depth in the next video. So yeah. So yeah. That's video 1 finished. Thank you for watching, and look forward to you in video 2.